All right. Remember when I showed how to iron on the little iron on from the book thing? This is a dish towel, and it will hang on the stove like this, right? It'll hang on the rack like this. And so I finished it. Now, what I did on this one was I had permanent markers, Sharpies, and all I did was color it with Sharpies. And always put a protective piece of paper, cardboard, underneath because you don't want it to bleed through. So you always do that. And then I just painted it, colored it in. And then I did the, this stitching is by hand, and I did it around so it looks like you appliqued this on there. Now you could do any picture. You could draw something on it and do it. But anyway, I'm going to show you. Now this one, I'm going to paint. Because, you know, when you're painting, if you get paint on your shirt, you can't get that out for anything. These aren't fabric paints or anything like that. Now, you can buy fabric markers to color with on fabrics, and they had them at the Dollar Tree years ago. Well, I want to try my new brushes. And I had bought some at the Dollar Tree, but guess what? They dried out. And here I bought my new magnifying glass from Temu, so I could see really good, right? And we're going to paint it, and I'm going to show you how easy and fun it is. And then, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to iron over it, because you know how heat sets your anything. Okay, so I kind of love this color. You know why? Well, I like copper in my kitchen, but I love this coral color. But I haven't tried it yet. Now, these are those new paint brushes that are like stiff. So I need these because I want it. They showed it how it is like painting with a pen. I'm going to start with the middle one here. And, oh yeah, I can just go right in the lines. Now, I like to pour a little paint in the lid. You can use a paper plate, but I'm just going to pour it in my lid and use that. Because I got to save all my paper plates for when the family dinner comes. Little Macy yesterday, she goes, Grandma, when are we going to have another family dinner? And I want to, but the problem is, oh yeah, these are giving you a real fine paint job. Okay, can I zoom in? Nope. I'll make the camera come in closer. Precariously closer. There. Now you can watch better. Okay. And there's just something so therapeutic to me about painting. I don't know what it is. I should just give up my whole life and paint more because I love it so much, but I don't. Because I got to do other things in life, like laundry and cleaning. I was going to make chili for dinner tonight, but Jamie made stew the other night. He still has some left over. He didn't eat it all. I said, okay, I'll save and make chili tomorrow night. You eat that stew. These paintbrushes were no lie. They really do paint a little tiny line. Now I'm going to want to order a paint by number so I can use these. They showed them on Facebook. The painting is not anything, you know, the paintings. I think it's called Cheerful Painting. They're just the same, a paint by number you can get from Temu. The difference is they have this as a brush. And I thought they were going to be like silicone brushes, but they're not. They are just stiffer or something, but they sure... Now, when you wash them, I'm sure you're going to want to keep them pointy and nice. See, now, when I used the markers, they kind of like ran in the fabric, whereas the paint does not. It stays right with the fabric. It doesn't run. So you might want... And, you know, if it's not fabric paint, I think it's supposed to keep the fabric soft. But my gosh, this is a dish towel. It doesn't matter if this right here is stiffer. I don't care. The thing is, when you use the paints, I keep going out of line there. When you use the paint, you can use different colors and shades and really, you know, make it be a masterpiece. And highlight and shadow and everything. I'm not doing it on this because it says homegrown. So they had a cute, in my book, they had a lot of cute bunny stamps that I could have ironed on and made an Easter towel. But nobody comes to my house to see it much. The repairman didn't even come for my stove to fix it. I hope they just say, here's your money back. Go buy a new one. Would I buy a new one? No, I would just keep that one, probably. We just have so many expenses lately. The tractor, the car. And Jamie got his credit card and he charges everything and then pays it off every month. And it was like $6,000 on the credit card. He goes, what happened? I said, your car and your house, tractor repairs and your, But we're blessed because there's been times in my life I had a washer break. I had no money to fix it or get a new one or a credit card to even repair anything, you know. So I've had it really bad at times. Your car breaks. You don't have any money to fix your car, so you're carless. I've been there. And so, this too shall pass. We don't need to eat eggs right now, right? Now, if you're shaky, you might not be able to do this because you kind of have to have a straight line. But you don't have to have a picture like this. You could have a big tree or something and it would be easier to paint than these little letters on here. I don't know why I picked it. See, now to me, this needs to have some shading on this, but it should be yellow or green on a tomato. And I need a green color for the stems on the tomatoes. Not that anybody, am I going to keep these or give them away? Probably keep them. Except my dish towel drawer is so full. I can't even fit all the clean ones in there. And I went through the dish towel drawer and took a whole bunch out that are going to be like for rags. And Jamie doesn't really need a rag because he doesn't do car repairs. And so we don't go through very many old rags, garage rags. I used to give them to Levi because he always repairs stuff. My son-in-law, Hillary's husband. Hillary's my daughter, if you didn't know. Anyway, it's just throw it away. I'm always trying to recycle everything. And it gets on your mind crazy, makes you crazy. Just throw it away. But I might need it someday. No, you won't. Just buy a new one. It's easier to buy new than find out where you put it. So, did I tell you this? I tried on Jamie's shirts that I ordered him, and I had to send 2 back. So I packaged them up when we went to town. I dropped them off at the UPS. And, I mean, it only came to like, they're going to refund me $12 or something. But I'm ordering the new sizes in a 3. The 4 was just too big for him. He needs a half size. But luckily he's not very picky. But he did wear his new green shirt to the doctor. But his suspenders are just, the navy blue ones are hideous. I told him, all right, throw those suspenders away and wear your black ones now. And he's like, I can't, they're not all the way, they're fine. I said, no, you look scroungy. Elastic's all stretched out in them and they're stained, I think. You know, some people take pride in how they look, but he doesn't too much. The paint's drying darker, so that's good because I wanted it to be more copper, like my kitchen. Now, I won't be sewing any on these, but I'm going to demonstrate when I'm done here my sewing, how I did the sewing on my other one, because I know you want to know that. I don't know if it's called the buttonhole stitch or I don't know what it's called, but I've done it on a lot of things. Just, you could even cut out a real piece of fabric, like in a girl's dress, and then do this stitching around it, and it would look so cute on a dish towel or pillowcases or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Now, when I was first married and had Chad as my baby, I was making him little sunsuits. And I wanted an applique on his sunsuit. But I didn't have any money to buy one. So I drew a picture of something, I don't remember what it was, and I embroidered it. Because necessity is the mother of invention. And it turned out really cute. Now, if I'd had money to just go buy the applique, I never would have learned that you could do that, right? And so, sometimes you're desperate. So you have to find a plan B. And I always had to, in my early days, come up with that plan B. Homemade gifts and everything. Okay, I just have one more letter. Except I love doing this. I don't want it to end, maybe. You probably do. You're sick of watching it. If you still are watching it. Yes, these brushes on Temu. I'll link these Temu brushes down below in the description if anybody wants to get them. Now they come, this one doesn't feel as deluxe as these little ones. They have 4 sizes or something. I don't know. They're cheap. I'll throw all my other brushes away now. Can't wait to try it. I ordered, all right, I'll come clean. I ordered a paint by number from Temu. I think I did. So I can try it out and be like that commercial on Facebook when they show them. I'll show you what it was like. I'm trying to find a piece of paper here. All right, I'm going to show you. Okay, here's my example. All right, you know how, here's the paint by number, and they showed this, like this shape. And then here's the other shape, you know. Well, they were showing how, let me get over here better, how on TV, on the film, they were showing how you just outline this like this, and it actually looked like they had a pen that they were doing it with. And they outlined it, and you thought that they had a marker, because they outlined it and just like this, and then they colored it in with the paint by number. And it looks so fun. But it wasn't the paint by number. It was these brushes that are so wonderful and so deluxely pointy. So is deluxey a word? Probably not. I always make up words. You know that about me. Because you know what I'm talking about. Deluxey, that means really, really nice. All right. Homegrown. Some people don't like crafts, I know. I don't either. Much. Little crappers hanging on the walls and stuff. Okay, there. Now I will add some greenery to it. And take care of my brush and wash it really good. Because, you know, got to get all this paint out of it. So when you wash it, you know, be sure you keep the point like it's supposed to be. All right, now the next thing I'm going to show you. I hope it's light enough. It's starting to get dark here. I want to try my magnifying glass with the stitching too. All right, so here's how you do this stitch around the corners. You just take a little bite like this. Your thread is coming down like this. Make sure your needle is above that thread. And then as you pull it like this, it makes that little stitch like that. Take a bite like that. And you just go all the way around it. You want to pull it pretty tight so there's no loopies or gaps in it, in this thread. And you just go around the whole outside edge. I don't know if this is called the button stitch or what it's called. But it gives it a homemade feel when really it was quite simple. I just colored the pictures on there with the permanent Sharpie markers or fabric markers. Or you could use acrylic paint because it's not going to come out. It's not going to wash off. Now I'm going to iron it with the hot iron to melt it all in there. It won't come out. I know it won't. Okay.